Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Amanda Artemis Missa Forrester, Rune Reader Diviner, Polytheist Mystic. This is Thor. He always has to get his face right in here as soon as I start recording a video. Thor, go lay down, please. Hello, Thor. Yes, I know. There's plenty of space for you. Lay down. Okay, so I promise that the Panathenaia video will be coming. It may be late. Because the Panathenaia ends on Monday or Tuesday, and I work full-time, I have a life, I'm super busy. I promise it's coming. This video, I've been feeling a push to do this for a while. I was going to do the Panathenaia one first, but I'm doing it now, because I feel like it. So, I'm going to show you how to make a money bowl, to draw prosperity. But first, we're going to talk about money and spirituality. Because so many spiritual people act like they don't need money. Or, there's this really weird thing with money in our overall culture. Like, our overall culture is very greedy about money. And then there's also an undercurrent of money being treated like it's not spiritual, like it's something dirty. It's not. If you're an animist, money is just like anything else. It's a tool. It's neither good nor bad, but it's got its own spirit. And it's actually something sacred in its own way. Money is how you take care of your family. Money is how you feed your family. It's how you pay for your house. And money, like anything else, wants to be wanted. So money will come to the people who respect it. I'm going to use an example in popular culture, even though it's not pagan. A lot of it does come from the Bible, but it's misquoted. A lot of people will say that money is the root of all evil. Well, the actual Bible quote is that love of money is the root of all evil. So it's actually misquoted. It's not that money itself is evil. It's that the greed of loving money more than what money does, that is providing, the ability to provide for the people you care about, is where the evil comes from. That's kind of an important difference, isn't it? It's very much an important difference. Thor, sit down. Thor's right beyond the camera right here. He's just listening to my talk. Thor, now he's underneath it. Alright. Okay, so you can kind of see some of my altar here. I actually have a prosperity bowl right here, and I'm going to show you how I made it. I actually made this last December, before I got my current job. I made this when my furnace was starting to go out, and I actually needed to get about $5,000 real quick, which at the time I didn't know I qualified for a grant from the government. So I both got my current job, which I love, and got a grant really quickly. So this thing did its job. Now I also didn't figure out where I needed to go to get the grant. So some people might not consider that magical, but pretty much everything I think is magical. You do need to know how to work in the physical world and the magical. I believe it's all in tandem. So, you want to get yourself a nice bowl. Something that has a nice shape. I really like this one because it's large, but it's cool looking, right? So I've got both a $1 bill and a 20. And it's got a lot of change in it. A lot of change. It's pretty heavy. Now I'm going to pull out what I have in there just to show you, and then I'm going to put it back. Cinnamon is used to draw money. Bay leaves. Now a lot of people will know, who are into this magic stuff, will know that bay is, or laurel, you can call it either. And you can get this in any spice aisle. You can get this in your local supermarket. Don't go to a Wick store and pay a lot of money. Get this at your local Mexican supermarket or at Walmart. And A lot of people will know that you can use these for any wishes that you want. Write what you want on it and then burn it. But it's especially powerful for magic, for money. So I have them written success, abundance, and money. There's also melted wax on here, and I'll show you what that comes from in a minute. There's a whole roll of pennies, as well as the loose change. More wax. That comes from a blessed candle. I'll show you things in a minute. Selenite, which is an activator that activates what's in here. A huge chunk of Aventine. That's another money and abundance stone. Quartz, another activator, which I'm sure you know, crystal will, this is all stuck together from the wax I just melted over it during the ritual. Now, I've got some evil eye charms in here, which if you have a lot of negative energy being sent your way, you want to have... Do I have Hand of Fatima ones in here to show you? I have those around the house, but I'm not sure if I have Hand of Fatima charm. But Hand of Fatima, or the Hasma is another one, is a good thing to just have. Anyway, this is what the little evil eye charm, also called the Nezar. If you have someone vibing at you really hard, just basically being really jealous of you, or just really angry at you all the time, can actually... People are not aware of how powerful their thoughts are. Oh, I just spilled a bunch of them. People are not aware of how powerful their thoughts are, and that they can actually send bad energy your way. So you want to know how to protect yourself. You don't need to be angry at them. It's not their fault. Our society just isn't evolved. Our society is very scientific. And there's nothing wrong with science. Science has given us a lot of blessings. It has. But you just want to know how to work in both worlds. And some people do it on purpose. There are those people out there who will send curses your way, but most people won't. For the most part, it's pretty much unconscious. So anyone who thinks... I've used the example before of a bad breakup, of someone who's just like obsessing over you. And that's probably the most common example. And so they'd be really, those are people who probably wouldn't want you to succeed if you have a really abusive ex. And they don't even have to be stalking you or even cyber stalking you, just thinking about you all the time. I have a pyrite in here somewhere, but I can't find it. Anyway, here's citrine. That's another one. Citrine is a very happy stone, too. Very cheerful, gets rid of depression. If you're making a little bag to improve your mood, that's a good one to include. So the Nezar, as I was saying, helps deflect all those energies, which... Anything where you're drawing anything that might draw jealousy, such as a really good relationship or a lot of money, you want to include a lot of protection work too. Unfortunately, I've learned by now that people can be shitty, but just don't let it get you down. Once you learn how to protect yourself, it's not that bad. It's just the way the world is. Okay, I may not dig the entire thing out, but there is a little chunk of pyrite in here too. It may be completely... Like I said, there's a lot of change in here. And I have some other things that I want to show you. Alright, so one of my favorite brands for oil, because this actually, even digging through this, it still smells good, even though it's been a long time since I put anything in it. I use Seven Sisters and Iniko Also, Art of the Root. Those are my favorite brands. This is the Prosperity oil that I use. And Art of the Root Money Mist. The good thing about the mist is you can wear it like a perfume. And I've actually sprayed it on me before going to work. Do be careful when you're doing prosperity work for stuff like that, because you might get scheduled for way too many hours and burn yourself out. Yay! Done that. Yeah, it's one thing you gotta be careful with prosperity work, is you do have to remember that you are human too. But I have met my financial goals. Oh, dogs are barking at something. I have completely paid off my house. So all my, like I said, I did manifest a grant. I manifested my job. I paid off where I live. So, it's working. Now I just got to go to school, get a better job. Things are working so far. But let's get back to talking about negative beliefs around money. And talking about working in the physical. Because I do believe that all these things go together. Oh, the candles. I was going to show you the candles. Alright. I don't actually have the Fast Money candle because I've already burnt it. But I'm going to show you the brand. I love Dorothy Morrison. If you're into the witchy pagan stuff, then you've probably know who Dorothy Morrison is. So this is the Everything and Then Some from her Wicked Witch Mojo line of candles. And that's the one that I have the Fast Money green wax dripped into this. I'm trying to arrange this back into the aesthetically pleasing way that it looked. See, this is what it looked like from the top. Now, I used to burn these candles every morning before I went to work during my prayer. I have about 15 minutes of prayers and a little bit of meditation I do every morning. I still burn candles at night. I have a morning and evening routine. But I had somebody that I knew in my circle whose apartment building burnt down. It wasn't her. It was someone else in the apartment complex. And then they got super paranoid about the candles. And now I don't do it in the mornings. And I use LED candles, which I don't really like. Because I prefer having the flame to meditate. But there were a couple times that I was driving to work, and I'm like, oh God, did I blow it out? And I turned around and went back home. I'm like, okay, yes, I did blow it out, and then I went to work. And I did myself enough time in the morning. I still wasn't late, but that was like, ugh. So I stopped using the candles in the morning, and I still have the, I still do my prayers and my meditations in the morning. But I no longer use flames in the morning. Now I use my candles when I have more time. The other brand that I use, this is actually for the chakras, but I would use the root chakra would be the one that and actually that crystal bowl, it's not crystal, that singing bowl up there that's red, that one is specifically aligned to the root chakra. The root chakra candle is titled Money, and of course that one I've already burnt, but I'm showing you the brand. Aloha Bay. This one says Abundance, and this one is Anja, which is the third eye. Abundance is another word that would be used in place of money, and for some reason new agey spiritual people are okay with the word abundance but not money. Now, you would want an abundance of money in your life, but like abundance applies to many things besides money. You would also have an abundance of love. You would have people trading things, like trading goods and services. It just goes down to like the little green paper and coins is evil, which is this really unhealthy belief. And I want to show you these cards, which come from Susan Orman. You might know her as a financial advisor. She is a financial advisor. Again, you need to do your work in the physical as well as the spiritual world. The people who are the most successful are the people who do their work in both realms. So this is the book that I've been reading through, Women and Money, Owning the Power to Control Your Destiny by Suze Orman. Well, she also makes a deck of meditation cards. I can't find the box. I just put flooring down in my room, so things are a little out of sync. But I have some cards. She's a little new agey, which I didn't know. She also had a deck of meditation cards. So, money is not the root of all evil. Money is just money until you bring your beliefs into it. If you believe that money is the root of all that is honorable and good, then you can make it so with every cent that you own and with every dollar that you create. I would be the last person in the world to tell you that money alone will ever make you happy, for it will not. But I would be the first to tell you that lack of money will certainly make you miserable. Folks, I have a big confession to make, which in our society is a big confession. I've been homeless. I have been homeless, and that's part of why I make homeless supply bags and give them out. First 2 times I was homeless, I was a minor. So that wasn't my fault. That was failures of my parents. Third time, you can argue that it was my fault, but there was a confluence of events, and I only lived in my truck for a few months. Whew, that was I don't know if I'm going to publish this now. I am. I'm going to upload this. That was scary. But I own my place now. You can crawl your way out of it. You can. You can crawl your way out. And I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. You can crawl your way out of where you are. And that's why I'm honest. And no, I wasn't addicted to drugs. Just to say. Because that's what everybody thinks when somebody's homeless. That is what everybody thinks. But you don't know who somebody was before, and you don't know who they're going to be afterwards. It's hard to live in America these days. It is very hard to live in America these days. Alright. I'm not going to go any deeper into my personal story because I keep the details to myself. That's all I wanted to say. Some other stuff in the physical that I wanted to recommend is Dave Ramsey. I have been working through some of his steps. I still have a few debts to pay off, and I do have some student loans, but I've been working through his baby steps to pay off all my debts. I have not been going through Financial Peace University, but I listen to his stuff, and I don't follow it 100% because I do spend too much money. But I do appreciate the idea of financial freedom, and that is something that I would like one day. So he is Christian, and he will use biblical principle. For those, I know for some people that's a little triggering, but that doesn't bother me. I think we should be able to learn from people of all religions. I think he's a very intelligent man and has a lot of good principles. Seems like and I'm not going to use that as an excuse to not listen to him. I was going to show you a book called Root, Stone, and Bone by Galina Krasitova about honoring Andvari and the spirit of money. But I can't find it. Again, I just put flooring down in my room not long ago. And so now here's the other dog. Here's Loki. And so everything is a little messed up. as far as where all my stuff is. But like I said, I've been really drawn to doing this video, and I wanted to record it while I had time. And now time is up, and I have to go get my school books because, like I said, I have a lot to do. So, I hope everybody has a great weekend, and save your money and work on manifesting more. I hope that prosperity bowl was helpful. And I promise the Panathenaia video will come as soon as I have time. It may be a little late, but everybody just keep on keeping on. We'll get at this.